Hey, what is going on, everybody? How are you all doing today? I hope you all are having a wonderful and fantastic day today, and if not, hopefully you all will have a better tomorrow. So today, I wanted to have a discussion about Neo, just talking about Neo for a little bit, and I also wanted to talk about whether or not Neo is truly an overrated character. And I really wanted to just talk about Neo in celebration of her return in Volume 6. So, sit back, relax, I hope you all enjoy, and let's go ahead and get started. So, Neapolitan is a very popular character. Now, Neo has been very popular ever since her introduction back in Volume 2, and her popularity over time has really seemed to go up. And one thing I will say about Neo is, as well as any character, it's not just Neo, but there are people who like and dislike Neo, and that happens. You're going to find characters you like and characters that you also dislike. But what I also want to look at is Neo really an overrated character? Because there are a lot of people who think, yeah, Neo's overrated, and there are a lot of people who think that she's not. And so, what I want to do here is I want to actually take a look at Neo. I want to dissect her character and talk about everything as well as talk as to why she may or may not be overrated. And this has been something that's been on my mind for a while that I've wanted to talk about concerning Neo. So let's take a look at Neo's character. So first, when we look at Neo, one big thing is her character can really lure you in to be very intriguing to some. If you think about it, each character has their own personalities and their own traits, and Neo does also. Thinking about it, and when you look at Neo, she is a character definitely shrouded by mystery. We don't know her origins, we don't know how she met Roman Torchwick, and we don't know if there was some kind of traumatization or however she became mute. We don't know of that either. But the mystery is something that can lure a person to a character because mysterious characters can either A, entice you, or B, they can push you away. And that's the thing about a mysterious character. Over time, gradually, whenever they're being written, you get to see subtle hints and build up to their backstory and their origin, where they came from. Now, while this can either help a mysterious character become a more likable one, or it can actually damage them and make them not as good as they were because people come up with headcanon and in their thoughts they see the character as something more than what the writer may come up with sometimes. It just depends upon how good the writer is and how good of a story they can come up with. And sometimes they can completely blow the expectations of some people's minds and it will be better than they ever could have imagined. It just really depends. But the next thing I want to talk about is Neo's fighting style. And Neo herself seems like, when it comes to her fighting style, that she embodies that of the rule of cool that Monty had. It seems like she is the personification of this. And that's one big thing that a lot of people really like is Neo, every time she's been on screen, she has done something fantastic when it comes to fighting. And a lot of people really have enjoyed her fighting style because when you look at Neo, you look at her fighting style. She is very acrobatic and she is most certainly skilled with hand-to-hand combat. And with her also being able to rely upon her ability to dodge and misdirect the enemy, as well as sizing them up, seeing where they are with their capabilities, and then just using their own body and abilities against them. It shows you how good Neo is when it comes to combat, that she's a very experienced fighter, and then it makes you come to question, how did she learn this? This is impressive. And it's true, Neapolitan has a very impressive style, and I think that there was a lot of thought and consideration put into her style because Neo's not just a character for show. She's someone that really showed a lot of talent and has a lot of potential when it comes to that. And that she is not a force to be reckoned with. She is definitely powerful. And it's really good that a character, for their first showcasing of a fight, can really keep the audience on edge. But through that, we also learned about Neo's personality. And one thing that we did see in the beginning when she was at the White Fang meeting, she really gave off a stern business demeanor. She seemed like she was all business, and that's what she was ready for. She gave that mature kind of vibe. But then, whenever we actually do get to see her fight Yang, oh boy, we really actually get to see more to her. We see confidence. We see this sadistic side. We see a completely new side to Neo. And I have to say, it was really interesting to see this. Not only that, but look at the smile on her face when she is about to stab Yang before Yang's mother came in to save her life. Boy, oh boy, that shows you this girl wants blood. And a lot of people can really like that kind of a personality, the sadistic kind of personality that Neo has, and honestly, it fits her to me. I think that that really fits her character. And she really shows that she likes to mock people when she fights as well, and that's another good trait that she has because her confidence shows that, oh, look, I'm just going to size you up for a minute, see how good you are, and then once I do, then that's going to tell me how well I need to perform against you. And I really like this. She even shows us when she's fighting off against RWBY. And Volume 3, when she's fighting alongside Torchwick, which, for the most part, she really seemed to be the one doing most of that fight. But when you look at it, she was still having that confidence worn on her shoulder against RWBY because she knew how good she actually was. And we really saw Neo handle that fight with RWBY very well up until the end. And then RWBY just had a quick wit moment, and then next thing you know, you see Neo flying away, and I could just imagine Neo thinking that she was Mary Poppins. But the thing is, Neo has actually shown very good skills within her own fighting style, and this fighting style and personality leads into Volume 6, in which I have to bring up because when we actually see Neo return yet again, which was a big moment, and thankfully she's finally back sooner than later, but we get to see Neo really retain this personality yet again and even add the floating umbrella bit to her style. And we get to even see her retain the personality when she fights Cinder. And let's be real, a lot of people even love the smug Neo, because who doesn't love that smug smile? But we see the mannerisms of Neo's past fights and characteristics with this fight with Cinder. She's sizing Cinder up and realizing how to fight her. And since she has ambition to really fuel herself, she's going to try that much harder than she has before. And then again, at the same time, Cinder's also a higher level threat than what RWBY and Yang were all the way back in Volumes 2 and 3. So, yeah, there is also that. And the thing is, Neo doesn't just come without her faults, because if you look at it, Neo, just like any other character, has flaws. There is no such thing as the perfect character. And Neo, as wise as she is, she relies when she's outmatched. And we definitely did see this. We have seen this twice now, that she's come to the realization of, oh no, I must flee, or I must do something, or else something's going to happen to me. Because she has that wit about her with her combat experience, which then leads you to wonder, well, let's go back to figuring out whenever she actually learned all this combat experience and who taught her, because that's something. But when you look at Raven, she was also smart enough to realize she was outmatched here, and that Raven was the greater contender, and that she would not be able to beat Raven, so her best idea was to retreat. Neo has proven that she is smart. She knows when to not get into a fight if there's one that she can't win. She has enough battle experience to teach herself that. So then again, what happens? We see this in Volume 6. We see this with the situation when she's fighting Cinder. Cinder gets irritated after Neo hits her in the eye that's damaged. And so Cinder, to try to calm Neo down, uses her maiden powers. And it shows that with this, Neo has fear, yet again, of something that's stronger than her. So while Neo is a very strong character, this shows that she's not the strongest, and at the same time, she has done some pretty interesting things. She's done some things to really earn herself some merit. So, when looking at Neo, another thing is some people also think that she didn't need to come back or that she was not plot relevant, because what was there to really throw into Neo? Well, it's kind of simple to say that Roman Torchwick was the reason why Neo would come back into the plot. Now, you're probably thinking, well, he's dead, so what's that point? Revenge. Revenge is the narrative that was set up for Neo at the point of Roman's death. It would just mean that this is her time to actually return, considering that Roman Torchwick himself was actually the reason why she was involved in this mess in the first place. And because of his demise, that leads to her wanting to avenge him. And it makes perfect sense, because he was the one who apparently, from the song One Thing, that really brought joy in her life, and it was the only thing that she actually had, the only person, and to lose that one person is like she lost her world. And some people really just come to say that Neo returning was nothing more than fan service, but the narrative's been set up. She had a reason for being involved in all of this. Torchwick was her cause, and to lose him only just fuels her for revenge. And it makes perfect sense. I understand Neo's motive. And, now that we see where they could go with this really does leave Neo with potential, a lot of potential. Volume 3 set that up as potential, and I really did feel like this would lead her to come back for revenge. This was one thing I discussed, that she could come back for revenge. I could see that happening. And does this merely say that she's overrated? No, because Neo has had several amazing feats in her time. She has beaten Yang with ease. She basically was beating Ruby up until she Mary Poppins out of there. She was taking on Cinder without Cinder going full maiden powers on her. So, really, no, I don't see her as being an overrated character. She's shown her skill, she's shown talent, and she's gotten stronger in between the period of Volume 3 and Volume 6. So, really, there's more potential out there for her than anything else, and I can see why she's as popular as other main cast characters, because Neo has a very good personality, and also she's actually given us some of the most entertaining fights in all of RWBY, in my opinion. But anyways, let me know what you think down below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments down below. But anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and if you did enjoy, hit the video with a like, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and share this with your friends if you found this informative or useful. Well, anyways, I hope you all have yourselves a wonderful and fantastic day today, and remember, if today was not a good day, tomorrow could always be better. Take care of yourselves and everyone around you, and have yourselves a good one out there, everybody.